Hi guys, it's my instant match reaction. Newcastle 3, Everton 2 at St James's Park. Listen, one word to describe it is just capitulation. We just absolutely fell to bits in the second half. And considering, the first half, we were in control of the game, I thought midfield played well. Obviously, the attackers took the chances. Yes, Newcastle got in behind us a couple of times. Yes, they had a couple of opportunities and we were probably lucky to have not conceded. I think it was quite apparent in the game that, we were going to concede. You could see it coming a mile off. Like I said, in the first half, Newcastle obviously had that penalty, which was a penalty. Jordan Pickford making up for his error and saving it. But they had a couple of opportunities as well. Joe Kenny was caught out a couple of times, as were the other defenders with balls coming behind them. And Jordan Pickford had to make, a good save in the first half as well. But you could always feel that, Newcastle were going to score at some point in the game. And all as I was thinking is, when they do, if they do, don't fall to bits. Do not fall to bits. And I think Marco Silva got it wrong today. I do think Marco Silva got it wrong, and he got it wrong with the substitution of Yerry Mina. What should have happened in that game is we should have gone for the third goal. Once you get the third goal, game's over. And you can then start to put a Yerry Mina on, and you can then start to pack up. What happened was 2-0. We looked to defend the 2-0 lead, and like I said, it was always quite clear that we were going to concede because of the opportunities we were giving Newcastle. And it doesn't take a genius to say that if you keep giving them opportunities, one of them's going to go in. And like I said, as soon as the first one goes in, heads drop, and that's it. Then it's typical Everton. How many times have you seen it before? You know what? I could sit here and rant, I could sit here and fume, but I've just seen it too many times before, under Marco Silva, under Roberto Martinez, under Ronald Koeman. How many times have you seen this happen where Everton have been in control of a game? Okay, we haven't been perfect, but we've been in control of it. Midfield playing well, creating chances, scoring goals. One thing happens in the game, and that's it then. Heads drop, and we end up getting beat. And the second half was an absolutely disgraceful show from the players. It was disgusting. Defensively, we were shocked. Joe Kenny stepping in the last minute for Seamus Coleman, who obviously picked up an illness just before the game. I don't know how they didn't know he was ill an hour before kickoff when they announced the team, but apparently 10 minutes before kickoff it was announced he had an illness. Not too sure about that one, but Joe Kenny coming in and listen. Gotta be honest, I thought he had a shocker today. I thought he had a shocker. I think he was caught out too many times. Don't get me wrong, he puts a decent tackle in and he can put a ball in, but his awareness defensively is poor for me, and it's something that he really, really needs to focus on, and he really needs to work on if he's going to have any aspiration of being the right back at Everton Football Club for the coming years. Because just for me, when he hasn't got the ball, he doesn't seem to know where the ball is, and too many times today the ball was put over the top and Joe Kenny just didn't know where his man was, didn't know where he needed to be, and he got caught out. He got caught out for the first goal, and he got caught out on a couple of other occasions as well where we were lucky to not concede. I think Jordan Pickford had a bit of a shocker as well, if I'm being honest. Yes, he saves the pen, and to be honest, I don't think necessarily the challenge was the worst bit about the penalty. I think his mistake to let the ball basically go through his hands was the mistake in that situation. Yes, okay, it's a penalty, it's a poor challenge, but I think it was a clever challenge. It was a challenge that you'd see a defender make, you'd see a midfielder make. But like I said, the frustrating bit for me is the fact that he lets that happen. He lets the ball go through his hands instead of just catching it, and there's no danger. He saves the penalty, and he makes another good save in the first half, and you're thinking, okay, you've redeemed yourself there. And again in the second half he comes out and he makes some absolutely rash decisions, running out for one. Lucky that Rondon didn't have the quality to chip him, and then another one, obviously for the goal as well. An absolute shocking mistake. Balls it straight at him, he bounces it down right in front of the player. And if he knew he couldn't control the ball, if he knew he couldn't catch the ball, then it should be getting palmed right, left or above him, and not straight into the path of a Jose Perez. And you know what? Newcastle, they got the first goal and they thought, we can win this game. We can go on, we can pressure Everton. And like I said, we just absolutely capitulated. We fell to bits, and like I said, I've seen it too many times as an Everton fan. I've seen it too many seasons, and I've seen it too many times us just fall to bits when it means the most. We were 2-0 up there at half time in a game that, like I said, we controlled the majority of it. Yes, we were a little bit sloppy at times, but the midfield were controlling. Andre Gomez had a great first half. Idrissa Gana Gueye had a great first half, and we'd scored goals as well. Bernard was getting involved. Richarlison obviously scored, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We come out the second half, a silly mistake, a ball over the top, silly defending. We concede, and that's it then. then the heads drop, and Marco Silva really didn't make, you know, it any better by bringing on a centre-half when, you know, we were still in control of the game. We still were, you know, 2-1 up, and we could have gone for it then. We could have said, right, you know what, 2-1 up, danger scoreline, they're going to fancy themselves, let's go on, end the game, third goal, and that's it then, game's over. You know, you're leaving St James's Park with 3 points, but he didn't. He tried to be clever, he tried to put another centre-half on to shore it up, because we were getting bullied off the ball at times, and maybe we weren't as strong as we should have been. But for me, you know, it'd be much more beneficial if he'd have thrown a Lookman on at that point, or even a Walcott on at that point, and he'd have gone, you know what, let's go for the third. And he's done that at times this season, so, you know, it's a little bit surprising as to why he put Yerry Mina on. And for me, it was completely the wrong substitution, because it set out to Newcastle what we were going to do. We were going to try and sit back and defend that 2-1 lead, and they just come at us. We made mistakes, and they ended up winning the game. But where do we go from here? Listen, I really don't know. I was sitting there at half-time and I thought, you know what, this is going to be another really good win. This, another 3 points away from home, a solid win, a consoling win. That's, you know, that'd have been 7 points out of 3 games, Cardiff, Newcastle away, and the derby as well, which is, you know, a decent return. Hopefully we can go on now, but like I said, we fell to bits again. Absolutely fell to bits, and I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. I literally don't know where we go. We've got some big games coming up. We've got Chelsea coming up. We've got United coming up as well in the next few weeks and months. And I just don't know. We need to stop just falling to bits when something doesn't go our way. Even, you know, we were still 2-1 up there. Yes, we'd conceded, but we were still up. We should have then gone. We should have gone, you know what, wake up time here. Shocking goals to concede. You know, let's wake up a little bit and let's pressure them and let's just go for the neck here. Get the third, game over, sorted. But we didn't. We absolutely fell to bits, and like I said, how many times have we seen it before? But I don't know. I'm not letting it ruin my day, because I've seen it too many times and I've let it ruin my day too many times. But I don't know. Who's to blame for this one? Let me know in the comments. For me, I think the substitution majorly, you know, it disturbed our playing style. It disturbed the way we were playing, and it was very clear what Marco Silva was trying to do, and it didn't work. If he'd have put an attacker on, then it might have been a different story, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a shocking result in the end. It's a shocking second half performance, and again, it's just a complete capitulation of everybody. Everybody just fell to bits and went from, you know, playing really well in the first half to shocking in the second half, and I don't know where to go. But anyway, that's it for me. Newcastle 3, Everton 2. Thank you very much for watching.